Well, we're back, folks, and now I have an interview I recorded last week with a young lady at Oakley Art Gallery, and let's listen to it.
More sales were happening during COVID than not COVID, because, all my peers went in meltdown. Sorry.
No worries, all right. Really. Now we start off, I'm introducing Lynn
Jaanz.
Lynn Jaanz of the Lynn Jaanz Gallery.
Lynn Jaanz Art Gallery in Station Street, Melbourne.
Oakley.
Yeah, that's correct.
And a charming young lady, I might add.
So
now,
young.
Lynn,
maybe you're a bit older than me, but not so young.
Well, to me you were young.
You could be my grandpa.
Thank you. So now we start off. How did you start in art?
It all eventuated. I was a very, very sick lady, very, very sick, and the doctors didn't give me much chance of even going on with life. And so I've written my book. I had a very good friend of mine. She found out that my doctor specialist says, "Lynn, can you start doing something to channel that pain?" I started doing art, and this friend of mine, Raf, said, "Lynn, you've got a gift." And I said, "I'm just doodling." She says, "No, you've got a gift, you've got an eye for colour, you've got everything." So she physically took me to an art store and bought me my first paper and my paintbrushes, and I started from then. And since then, I exhibited in Chapel, I exhibited all around Melbourne, and cutting a long story short, I had a supernatural healing. And a couple of years ago, I nearly died again from pneumonia, and I was in the hospital, and the nurses said, because ministers came to visit me, and they said, no one can come in, she doesn't have long to go. They had fans everywhere. But my ministers came in, I had an encounter, and when you read my book, I literally had a out-of-body experience, and I went to heaven. Came back, totally healed.
Yeah, well, you certainly got beautiful, beautiful artwork and beautiful colours. They really stand out.
Well, the colours is something that I try to interpret what I saw in that encounter, because no one taught me how to mix colours. I just have a natural gift for it.
Oh, that's good.
But I started realising that purple was symbolic for royalty, and then I realised that I use a lot of that in my work, gold. Yeah, and if you notice in all my paintings, you will look, there's a signature of birds. Yeah, and which you'll see, that, and I don't purposely plan to do it; they just pop up. Yeah.
So. You've got a gallery here, and you've got a gallery on the Gold Coast, have you?
Well, there's something brewing, but I got representation at Viking Gallery in Mount Tamarine. I've also got Henley Collections who had purchased one of my paintings, and they have it viewed there. I have my work overseas regularly. Over COVID, I went to Barcelona, Venice, Rome, London. And so I was very active, and that was a very good time for me because my paintings started to fly off the shelf. I think a lot of investors were home and went on the internet and started to search, and enjoyed my work. So, yeah.
Well, the internet's very handy, isn't it? Keep in touch with everyone so quickly nowadays.
Wow. Yeah, it was so hard when I first started. Well, I was always really blessed from day one. I had an interview by Galleria TV, that's on my website. They loved my work, and they did an interview with me and did a whole video. And then I had the Artist Palace who contacted me, and newspapers, then different galleries. But I believe in my art, and I believe in myself, and so you really have to be active. Mm-hmm. You can't, if you're going to sell to your buyers, you've got to be true to your buyers. You've got this, what's the word I could say? You have to keep on going, because if people are going to buy your art in that high range and they like your work, they don't want you to disappear.
No, well,
I'm not disappearing.
You've got a long life ahead of you, because like myself, writing, it just keeps me going all the time.
Well, I hope you live to 120. Let's say 120 plus.
Now, I don't want to, because they're putting a new underground railway through our area.
Really?
And it's going to close off Common Parade, one of the big streets in our area, which I'm not very happy about. So I don't want to live that long. No, it was, and how do you find art? You really enjoy it by the look of it, looking around. It's really, it's so, I don't know, it comes out vivid, it's most enjoyable to look at. Something about it.
I've got an interview that's on the YouTube Colour in Your Life series, and that is what's going to the moon in 2023 with NASA, Lunex.
What's it now? What's all this about this gun?
Okay, NASA Lunex has put together the arts and only chosen a few people that they feel should go up there, and Colour Your Life by Graham Stevenson. I don't know if you know of him, but you can Google him. He's not with us at the moment. Really close friend of mine. He passed away. Sorry. And so our work is going to the moon, and we always make a joke about it because I had my heavenly experience. I used to say to Graham, well, I've been to heaven, we're going to have to look down at the moon. So, but it's real, 2023 it's happening. I can give you more information about that. I can get my PA to send you some links. Yeah,
you can do a couple of articles, plus my radio show.
Yeah, it'd be lovely, yeah.
So what is it they're putting on the moon? Is it a sort of little museum something, or what's the it's kind of rounded, and it's got little boxes all around. We didn't realise that we were going to be in one of those main ones. And what they've done is downloaded the series of the artwork in is it USB stick or I don't know. I can't, But they've slotted it there. So that means it's going to stay on the moon forever. And they're actually talking about. We don't know. We might be alive to see it. About flying people to the moon like you go on a holiday. Yeah, that's right.
And so they call it, we make a joke out of it again, it's in our museum on the moon, So all my art collectors that have bought my paintings, their paintings will be hanging in the moon, it's really exciting, yeah. So it'd be like, you kind of see all these people that have passed away, Van Goghs, all that, when they were living, they probably went through the same thing with us, trying to achieve, doing their work, and then they pass away and you can't pick one up, there are hundreds and hundreds of millions, but we don't know. We don't know when we leave this earth what will happen with our particular art that we pursue.
That's true. Poor old Van Gogh, he didn't make much money, but now he's sell for millions and millions.
I went and saw where he stayed in Italy when I did one of my exhibitions there. I did a tour and it wasn't very nice. And he stayed in a monastery, I think. He had a little room. That's where he cut his ear off. But he had a beautiful view of flowers and all that, so he could see it from his room. Yeah.
Well, that covers everything. Now, your gallery's open just by invitation, isn't it?
Yeah. No. Actually, you can inquire for a private viewing. Curator at Lynn Jaanz artgallery.com. My curator is Anno, and she will, open the doors and bring it in. We basically feel that works better, and people that are serious, they will ring up and they will want to have a look and see.
And what's your phone number? For anyone that wants to ring you.
Okay, 0450 955 467.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Lynn, for that, and I'll see what I can do with it. Well, folks, that was Lynn of the galleries in Oakley. Very nice young lady, and a very good show of paintings. They're absolutely divine, colourful, and funny, when I was there, I was looking at the frosted door, and it was reflected in one of the paintings, and it looked very nice. Actually, there's the reflection, and then as you move past the door, it would glow, change colours and things. I said to Lynn, why don't you put a frame around it and put a
thing underneath and make it look like a painting. Says, oh, that's an idea. Says, no, I think I might paint it. So there's another painting coming up. There's another idea for a painting.